Good evening and welcome back to Mystic Matters. Of course, we are the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce, Kristin.
The
Greater Mystic... Greater.
That's
really great. You know what? We came off of last week. It was such an energizing show.
The Pirates, I tell you.
And can't wait for that in the next couple of weeks. But we have a lot going on, don't we?
We do.
So tell us.
So fortunate to be part of the Mystic Chamber. I get to meet so many people, and I get to be on TV.
I think you're tired, Kristin. I think you're tired.
No, there's still 10 days, 7.
Yeah.
Summer's not over.
Yes, she doesn't want summer to be over.
Okay. So our Go Local launch party is at Whalers Inn September 18th.
Yes,
so Mystic
right
Dollars it still is a successful program that we've had since 1998. And
been that long?
Yes, it's been that long. That's 20 years.
And I've been doing the show. That's when I started the show, 1998. So that's why I said this
you must have been like 20. That's awesome. So
15.
Anyway, so we're turning the Mystic Dollars into a gift card. So it's similar to a gift card you can buy at the grocery store, but you can buy it at the Mystic Chamber. Sure. And the participating businesses are within our member business community. So it's a way to shop local, and you can buy these as gifts and use the merchants that are our members. And it's a great way to keep things local, and it's a great gift for people who have everything. And they have choices between restaurants and merchants, and even some of the liquor stores. McQuaid's Market takes these, so it's a great program. So we're going to be launching that relaunch, that renewal on the 18th, and
Fantastic.
Be sure to stop by. Yes, and then the 20th, which is that Thursday, we're doing Groton Business After Hours. So sometimes we do business that just focuses on Groton, and that's going to be business after hours at the Thames Innovation Place. It's called BioCT Innovation Commons. Is the official name for it.
Commons.
The Commons is how we abbreviate that. So that's on Shinnecossett Road. That's one of the old Pfizer buildings. So they have created like a scientific hub there, and it's a great place for events. So we're going to be working with Groton Pfizer Fresh Faces and Ignite, and have a nice business after hours there. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to this evening's show.
Speaking of Groton, there's some people that we know from Groton.
I happen to like.
They're on the show.
They are, yeah. So do you want to do the introductions?
Sure. So
I want to see if she gets this name right.
So Groton Fall Festival is what we're introducing, and this is one of the events that Groton Business Association has been carrying on for years and years. It's been over a decade that this wonderful event has taken place. And the Mystic Chamber of Commerce took over the event in its entirety this year, and we are so fortunate to have some wonderful ladies on the committee. I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Thames Valley Communications.
From Thames Valley Communications.
Oh, no, I can do it. So Jessica Peterson.
Jessica
Patterson. From Thames Valley Communications.
Jessica, what do you do there?
I am the marketing and PR assistant.
Okay, so we got that right now.
Kristin Roderiques.
Very good. Very good.
Also from Thames Valley Communications.
And what do you do there?
I am the marketing manager.
So we have two great ladies on. And you're sitting on the committee.
Yes.
This year for the fall. So it's the first time. For the Fall Fest. So I want to know, why did you ladies want to get involved?
So I'll jump in here.
Yes, absolutely.
First, thank you for letting us come on the show to talk about it. It's such a great opportunity, and it's something that is very near and dear to our hearts. I've been going to the Groton Fall Festival for about 10 years or so now, since I moved down from Boston.
Okay.
And part of what we're able to do at Thames Valley Communications is really connect with local community, like the Groton community, the Mystic community, the greater Mystic community.
You got that, yes.
And this was an opportunity where we really felt like we would be able to help kind of promote and use some of the connections that we made from both the city and the town to really bridge the gap, to help make a bigger awareness for the people in the community of, hey, we have this family-friendly event, it's free, you can come out for the day, you can see exhibits, you can check out Touch a Truck, we might have some animal adoptions there, we're working on it. And we were invited to join the committee. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a big draw, right.
You bring kitties and puppies, people come.
Oh yeah, people come. So I guess you're on the same boat too, right?
Absolutely. I've been part of the Groton community. I was with a larger corporation 10 years ago, really part of the Groton Fall Fest. We had a table there, really great environment. Last year we saw that the numbers kind of slid down a little bit. So this year it was Jessica and I decided we wanted to jump on board and get involved this year and make it a great event for families. And
that's exciting because to get some people in that have some good ideas and that have a personal history from it, then that's fantastic.
Well, it's really interesting, and of course, having grown up here, Groton for years and years and years. I mean, Mystic right now, and I always tell people, Mystic's a zip code. It's not even really exists. There's the Groton side of Mystic, and there's the Stonington side of Mystic. And Mystic is sort of this right in between, and I think it because of the bridge and downtown Mystic. But there is Groton, Connecticut, even the city of Groton, which sometimes we tend to forget about. But years and years and years ago, and starting to become it now because we're getting some new people involved. But there's a lot going on in Groton.
Oh, absolutely.
And absolutely. And I think there's a new energy, a new synergy that's coming through. Especially, I think it's when the sub-base started to downsize, and so there wasn't a lot of families. But I'm going to tell you something, there are a lot of families moving back in.
That's one of the exciting things that we've noticed too. So we recently got into providing internet to the sub-base, and we work a lot with the Navy secondary housing.
Yes.
And we're huge sponsors for both of them. And honestly, a number of the events that we do during the weekends, during the summer, as we're getting into what we call the season of giving, so it's a lot of Toys for Tots kind of events like that, the biggest contributors we get are those Navy families because they have such this commitment to each other, but then also to like that family community centric mind frame. It was funny what you said about Mystic. I live in Knowing, and we joke that Mystic and Knowing are kind of a mind frame. And it's true.
It is. It really is. Yeah. I mean, when you say Mystic, even internationally, people know.
Right.
Where you're from. If you say Groton or even Stonington, they don't really know. But if you break it down, it really is. It's a zip code. But it has sort of these tentacles that we sometimes tend to forget about. And Groton, there's a lot going on there. And don't forget, Groton is also on the river there too. There's the Thames River, the Thames River that we forget about, and in Eastern Point Beach, which is right on the Long Island Sound, right there. So we have waterways in Groton as well. So it's nice to see the revival of this Groton Fall Festival.
Oh, absolutely.
So just tell us a little bit about who's going to be there, what kind of food.
Food's important.
Okay, I mean, is there any of that junk food going on? Because I'm not going to say I like it.
We're going to have kettle corn, Italian ice, you name it.
Meatballs on hot dogs or anything?
Oh, of course.
Okay, all that. Yeah.
The big one that I'm excited for is I love Bridge Market. Shout out.
Oh yes.
And they're going to be there.
Karen or no? Who's
Karen?
Bridge
That's right. Yep.
Karen. See.
Absolutely.
They have their maple bacon pizza. We are the sponsors of the Esker Point Beach concerts.
Yes.
And they would always be there. And it was so hard every single Thursday not to kind of mosey on over, grab my pizza, and come sit back down and give out beach balls and bags and all the fun event things that the kids want.
Jessica, if you know pizza that well.
I know.
I want to tell you something. You need to go to the Groton Fall Festival because when someone's in love with that kind of pizza, that's a foodie, and she's not going to steer you wrong. So, Karen, you better have that the night of the day of the festival.
October 6th.
Yes, let's get that out there. What are the times?
It's
11
October
to
6th,
4.
11 to 4.
Okay.
Yep. And it's at Pequannock Plains Park in Groton.
Okay. All right. And so, just tell us about transportation a little bit.
Who else is here? You said meatballs on a stick. Uncle D's Blazing Barbecue.
Oh, shit!
Yeah.
And
Just
Nora's
pulling it right up.
Cupcakes.
Oh, yeah.
Who's Cupcakes?
Nora's
Nora?
Cupcakes. Nora Cupcakes. You got to show up just for that.
What does that stand for? Do you know? NORA?
Oh, don't quiz me.
But listen, Jessica knows about the cupcakes too. I think we've got a few pictures, right?
Yes.
Why don't we roll those?
So there's face painting.
Is that going to be going on this year too?
absolutely.
Okay, so we've got the face painting going on. That's great.
We're really trying to get a lot more vendors to have interactive activities with the kids too.
Right.
So that way when parents show up, if you have a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old, you have a number of things to do during that couple-hour time frame that you're there. You can get your meatballs on a stick. You can check out local bands. We have the Black Hawk that's going to be there.
Right.
There's a touch truck, and we're really encouraging that any of the vendors, which I believe we're up to about 120-ish
Yeah,
now,
that's great. Yeah.
to have things for families to do. So if you're TVC and you're coming to the booth, we're going to bring a big photo booth so you can take pictures, and it's like a giant television, so be famous for the afternoon.
Yes.
And this is just a showcase of, here's a vendor who's taking the time out to do face painting to really help the kids have a good time at this family-centric event.
Right.
Well, and we decided to make it more fall, like it's supposed to be a fall festival instead of a business expo. So
No
there's going to be
apple
like pumpkins, there's going to be
dunking or-
apples, there's going to be a donut eating contest.
There's going to be a pie contest too, which we're excited
pie
about.
baking.
Yep.
All right, what's next, Frank?
Do you bake any pies?
There you go.
Do you?
Okay, we'll go on to the next slide.
Don't you have a standard? No?
Okay, so we have the
pie
fire
standard.
trucks. Okay.
Look how little those kids look
I
next to that
know.
fire truck.
Okay, Frank, keep rolling. All right.
See,
We
there's
have
some
whittles.
pumpkins.
Okay, so those are pumpkins.
But a lot more. It'd be like a pumpkin painting contest, isn't there?
Yep.
Or not a contest, but it's a pumpkin painting. Like you can go and paint a pumpkin.
Yeah, it's
Activity.
good for the
Yeah,
kids.
so for the kids. Okay, Whittles is, and they're been well
Love
known.
them.
Yeah, for years and years. What's next, Frank? Now this, you could get hurt. Okay. I mean that young kid looks serious. Look at that.
Oh,
yeah.
he's not playing.
Right.
One of the big things that we're excited about this year that we haven't offered in previous years is we're actually doing a cornhole tournament.
Oh, okay.
With the
So-
beanbag thing?
Yeah, the
Yes.
beanbags,
So
yeah.
that we're very excited about. It's kind of a twofold opportunity. So we have if local businesses either want to participate and bring their own, because a number like Ford's Lobsters have one, for example. It's a great thing if you're stuck in a 45-minute line, you want to go get your lobster roll, you go up, you play cornhole for like 20 minutes, and you're like, oh my gosh, time's already over. But we're also allowing businesses to sponsor the cornhole sets themselves. So if you want to do it for, I think it's $20 or so, we'll put your branding, your sticker right on the actual tournament setup itself. So it's I don't know, it's really going along with the whole, we want people to be active, have that
Right.
active, healthy lifestyle, and do it in Groton, because that's what we're all about.
Absolutely.
Okay, Frank.
Oh,
Oh.
see, now there's the scarecrow.
Okay, now,
Yeah,
okay.
the scarecrow contest.
Let's talk about the scarecrows a little bit. We have a contest
Yes.
going on.
Oh yeah. So that's going to be another event that we're very excited. And that's backed by popular demand. So I think last year, Kristin, was the first year that the Scarecrow contest
Yes,
happened.
yeah.
And the majority, if not all of the vendors, I believe, participated in it. And essentially what you do is they made a scavenger hunt out of it. So each booth or group or exposition center that's coming, they're going to have a scarecrow. And then families go around and they mark off, okay, I saw the TVC, I saw the Bridge Market, I saw Project Oceanologies, I saw whomever. And they could be pizza related. Like, we want them to be fun. And then at
Yes.
the end of it, families can go back and potentially win something through the chamber. I think that's the logistics of that are still being
Win a
worked out.
prize, yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Or
a
some
great
kind of
way.
recognition, yeah.
Yeah, to ensure that really the vendors that are going there, they're getting as much exposure as possible. So it's
Right.
really a
And
win-win.
that's part of it too. I mean, they're paying for the booth,
Right.
and they're want to get some exposure.
Absolutely.
That time
And
frame.
they got into it. I mean, they really got
Oh
into
my
it.
gosh,
right?
that's so much. That's great.
I mean, Karen is one of the busiest people I know.
Oh,
and she
gosh.
still has time to whip up this amazing scarecrow.
Oh, she's fantastic.
She's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
So what's
Okay.
the next one, Frank? Oh, so it's the stage there.
I think that's actually the Denison Pequot people who are doing the bird demonstration, and
Right.
they've
Are they
committed
coming
to come
back?
back this year. Yeah.
The kids really like that.
Oh, yeah.
Well, the adults do too, if they're going to bring back.
So for demonstrations on there, is there karate?
Yep,
Gabriel's.
Okay.
And the
And-
adaptive karate through the town of Groton, too.
Okay.
Musicians on this stage, maybe?
We
Musician,
will have
anime,
musicians.
Amped Guard, I don't know what that is.
We're continuing to get more.
Silver
performers.
Dolphins.
We're working on that, so that would be
Yeah.
very exciting.
Yeah, and there's last year we had like the two-stepping. You could do the country two-step. And
Oh, yeah.
And we do the tug of war.
It's funny because I think
that's a good
You
idea.
get the tug of, and what you do with the tug of war is you get, people that are really, competitors for each other. You know what I mean? Because you know what? If I was at tug of war at the very last minute, I'd bring in some.
You
guy
got
in the very, very last minute say, "Let's go." You know what I mean? But tug of war is fun.
That's funny. What if you could do that within the businesses? Like,
Yeah,
have
I was
them
thinking
Well, yeah,
that.
you have
Great
that.
idea.
Yeah.
from their booth for a second, and then whoever wins, has to,
Right.
stay there.
Right. No, but yeah. But it just puts another element into. I mean, and it's fun and it's easy to do, and it just gets people, involved and.
So I can't wait for the donut eating contest. This is not like how many donuts you can eat. They're gonna have a donuts hanging from a string, and then you have to eat it with your hands tied behind your back like that, and see how and you can't let any of it drop. Did you see how that's a technique?
I want all of you to know. I mean, this is. Would you do that again? I mean, I feel like this is like a Hoda and Kathy Lee going like this, okay? All right. So it's a donut.
So it's
Kristin.
a donut. You have your hands tied behind your back.
Yes.
The donut is tied from a string, right?
Okay.
And from a tree.
Uh-huh.
And you have to eat the donut without spilling any, without getting any, falling it on the floor or anything like that. No pieces are allowed to hit the floor, the ground.
And are there judges to this donut eating contest?
You go, and if you can finish it, then you go into the final, into the finale or the finals. And
Okay.
It's very Mrs. Pac-Man to me. I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's really great. I'd like to move on to more serious
well,
things
as I was
about-
saying about the pie baking
Yeah.
contest, so if you have a pie that is your standard that your mom taught you to bake or something, no? Do you have one of those? No. Anybody else? Does anybody have a pie that your mom taught you how to bake?
Lemon meringue.
Right?
Yeah.
So I have a cranberry apple that I used to make because I lived in Cape Cod, and I'd pick the cranberries myself, and I actually used to
Wow.
roll out the dough and make the dough. I mean, when I think about it now, I'm like, who had time for that? Why did I have time for that? That seems crazy, But anyway,
My mother tried it once. She said, "Forget about it, Susette. Stick to jewelry." And that was when I was about 8. Okay, I just stick to jewelry. But on a serious note, it's really great to get some new people involved in this festival. And tell me a little bit about TVCC's commitment to Groton, because it seems like that you're all very committed as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are really big into
And how important it is, I guess.
into the community. When we both started about a year and a half ago with TVC, community is very important to us. So we're part of the United Way. We help out with the United Way every year, with the Pawcatuck Neighborhood Center, the Toys for Tots. We try to get involved in any way that we can. It's important to us personally, and then also for our company. We're here, we're local, we work, we live here in the community. So it's important for us to be proactive and be out helping as much as we can.
you guys also help with the lighted boat parade. When
Yes.
the Santa arrives by tugboat, they're there for a few years now with decorations. You can make an ornament, and they sponsor that and sit at a table.
Well, it's also a great way. I mean, we're all business people too, and I think when the statement is made that your company or your business is out there helping communities, it's twofold. Okay, so it's got to come back to you too, and just to get the opportunity for TVC to get the word out there, and also to say, look, if there's a way we can help you, it comes back. But and I know that promoting your type of business, but it's very important that we also promote you guys as well. And so. Listen, it's your show. I mean, forget about the donuts. Okay, it's your show. So parking is pretty easy. We've got a shuttle going up to.
I believe so. I feel comfortable, but not confident.
Okay.
That we are going to have pretty much the same use of Grasso's parking lot as previous years, but with the construction that they have going on, it may not be as expansive. So the primary parking will still be back where the primary school is, located right next to Pequannock Plains Park. But there should still be the shuttle running, and I mean, worst case scenario, we'll literally just start walking people across the street if we have to.
Yeah, but there is plenty of parking, because that's a lot of things that
Yeah.
You know? And so, Kristin, what will you be doing? I always ask Kristin because she seems to be one of the busiest people down at the chamber.
So
I would like to know what you're doing during that time
I will
frame.
be there. Now, I do want to ask for volunteers. So we do need volunteers for that day, and those volunteers, it's a nice short event. It's like from 10 to 5 that you'd be volunteering, and we always have something for somebody to do if they wanted to just come for a couple hours and lift and haul and fetch, and that's great. Or if you just want to stand and mind a booth or something like that. So you can look us up or give us a call if you want to volunteer. What I'll be doing, and this is part of my job for the Mystic Chamber, is to promote my members. If you have any kind of swag, like any kind of stuff we all get is what swag stands for. Any kind of promotional materials, pens, all that stuff. I give that out. It's my goal to give out every single piece of swag that my members give me on that day. So when the crowds are walking by, I'm handing stuff out, or I put it in a bag and say, would you like a bag of souvenirs? So this is one of the great audiences because it's going to be more local audience. So for businesses, if you want businesses to choose pest control or choose their window installation or anything like that, then that's going to be my key role, is to make that decision a little bit easier. Or maybe your cable service.
Heck yeah.
So do we have an idea how many people you're expecting, or how many people you want it to grow to, Jessica? I don't know if there's a way that if you're clicking people in and the
quantification
numbers.
Question.
Yes. I'm good at that. I always ask those questions. I don't know.
I think we're shooting for, I think previously it was about 4,000 or so, and we're really shooting to kind of get to that 4,500, 5,000 people mark. One of the big things that we've been working with the Chamber with too is the promotion of the event. So via social media, I was doing a radio interview, kind of slipped it in there. We're super excited to come here and do this. I know there's some print advertising going on through the day. So we also make a point that for any of the events that we're currently sponsoring or go to, like we were down at the Town of Groton Police Department, did a classic car show, so we were talking up the event there too, just to really let people know and kind of connect them with what's going on in the community. Because the big thing about this event, but I think about Groton on a whole, is it's all about relationships.
Oh yes.
It's about the relationships with the businesses, it's about the relationships connecting to the families, about what the families can do to help each other, and the type of community that we all want to live in. And just to jump back to the question that you had asked, Kristin, is like, why are we doing this? She touched on it very eloquently, I think. It's personal. Like, I live here. If I go to Aldi's, I don't want to walk in and be that girl from TVC who 15 people hate. I want to be that girl who, I saw you at the Groton, there was a big event that they did this past weekend, the Mystic, Groton, the Falcons, the football team.
Yeah, the football team.
I want people to recognize, hopefully not just the hair, but recognize kind of who we are and what we're doing for the community. And I'm very happy and I feel grateful to be working for Thames Valley Communications because we are a very family-centric organization, and it allows me to kind of have more flexibility with my own family that I don't think I would have gotten in a more traditional work environment.
Right. And you're located in the city of Groton, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
the
municipal
same
building.
Place. Yeah, the same place that where it was originally started. Right.
We do have our secondary, our sales office is also located in the Pawcatuck Shopping Plaza, and then we have space on the U.S. Naval Base, New London in Groton.
So I will say that in New England, I've found that in order to be accepted in certain, enclaves per se, that once you start volunteering and showing up, and that's definitely half of it. That's an expression, but that if you start showing up and you're a salesperson, but you're helping, and then people come to trust you, and then you're in. That's all it really takes.
Yeah.
So I'm always telling new salespeople when they come in and they come to the chamber and they say, well, what can I do to present to this group or break into that group? And I'm like, you got to haul and chop water and chop wood and carry chop water.
That's
what I do.
I think that is true. I think there's twofold to that. I think New Englanders are sort of known for that type of thing, but on the other side, it's because they're protecting, and there's sort of an ownership.
Absolutely.
You know, in what they are doing. I'm not going to say that I'm one of these people, but I never was. But I can understand when there's, you know, sort of like new people in town, that it's a curiosity.
Yeah.
And I think it's more of a wonderful curiosity. And until you do, but you're right, until you break into that sort of that ice, it's a tough.
Yeah, if anybody's wondering, like, how to,
I think
if you're a new
volunteerism.
business and you volunteer, like, that's how it goes.
Get
And then
involved.
everybody will know you. Get
So,
involved.
are there any more room? Is there any more room to
Oh,
call?
absolutely.
Okay, so you'd like to grow the vendors too, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Yep.
Demonstrations, vendors. They can just contact the Mystic Chamber.
Oh, yeah, Carney is there. She's waiting on the line for you.
Yes, she is.
Right now. She's been fantastic at
And do
handling
you
the Fall
have
Fest.
businesses, small businesses that have signed up? Because
Yes.
that's a nice way to highlight some of the home businesses too. I know a lot of people have little home businesses that would be a great way, affordable way, I think, to highlight your business too.
Right, you know that girl that sells the 32 bags? Is that what they're called? 32?
Yeah.
Yep.
She was there.
And we have a LuLaRoe coming too.
Yes,
I
LuLaRoe,
think they call them Soho businesses, small office
Yes.
or home office businesses.
Yes.
We have probably a good mix of 50-50 between like larger business, medium-sized to corporations and to smaller businesses.
And the
too.
nonprofits. It's a great
Yeah.
place for the nonprofits
Absolutely.
to come. DPNC will be there with their fur and their turtles and stuff.
I think it's just fantastic. Well, ladies, you've just been so great, and I do wish you a great day.
Thank you.
We are not, there's not a rain date. That's sometimes people ask us
True.
that. Okay, so there is not a rain, so it's rain or shine. Just come, you'll have a great time. Bring all your family members, bring everybody you want. You know, if those family coming to visit that weekend, bring them there.
Practice
You know what I
your
mean?
donut eating.
Practice your donut. I still think a tug of war would be great with some of those vendors
Right.
for just a few minutes. But we appreciate you from TVC, with both of you coming in
Thank you.
today.
Thank you for having us on.
Your
Absolutely.
volunteerism, we know how important that is. So, Kristin, if there isn't anything else, I guess we just say sayonara and all that. Oh, we do have a couple more minutes. So I just want to grill you a little bit.
All right.
All right.
All right.
On some of the, what do we have going on in the future? You tentatively.
Well, so tentatively, I'm going to take a nap sometime in like November.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, we have a ribbon cutting coming up for Merrill Lynch. Merrill
That's right.
Lynch
That's
opened
huge.
up
That's in a
their
couple
new
days, yeah.
office at the Old Mystic Village. Which the Old Mystic Village is looking fantastic
Yes.
as well.
Yeah.
They have gotten, just like Downtown Mystic did, they got some key restaurants in there.
Right.
Some real smart people. And Chris Regan has been doing a great job of taking that whole village over and just kind of
But it's
making
sort
a
of
destination.
that new generation as well.
Yeah,
His
so-
mom's still very much involved. I did speak with her today.
Yes.
She let all of us, including
We
Chris and
just-
I, know.
We
She's
just had a
very
ribbon
much
cutting
involved.
there for 6
Yeah.
new businesses.
Yep.
So it's been very vibrant. And so we're going to be at Merrill Lynch on the 27th of September celebrating their ribbon cutting. And they combined their New London and their Mystic offices. So there's some economic development right there.
Right. And I'll just kind of give you a little bit of highlight on what our towns have been. The state of Connecticut is known for everybody leaving. Well, I have to tell you something. There are people staying, and Stonington was listed as one of the only towns in the state of Connecticut that had 1% growth. So we are on the rise and looking for more of the entrepreneurs. But you don't get to that level if we don't support everybody locally. TVC, Majestic Jewelers, everybody at the Old Mystic Village, Downtown Merchants, and our Groton businesses as well. Because what happens, that's just a domino effect. Everybody helps each other out, and we just get this whole really great burst of energy and economic growth. So we appreciate what TVC is doing for the community and for Fall Festival. And Kristin, we do appreciate what you're doing at the Chamber of Commerce. It's a lot of work.
It's easy. Like Jessica says, it's about relationships. It's really a nurturing
It is.
job.
It is.
I love
And
it.
just so everybody remembers, we are the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce, always looking for new members and new ideas. So give us a call. You see us down right there. And Mystic Matters will continue on until. Let me just put this until. But anyways, we are the Greater Mystic Chamber of Commerce. Mystic Matters. Good evening.